Destiny. Is it destiny that Athletic Club will be playing in the final at their own home stadium? Or is it destiny that the two Premier League teams in 14th and 16th in the league will qualify to the Europa League final? Or is it destiny that we will see one of the greatest stories in modern football history and seeing Bodø Glimt advance to the final? Two amazing semi-finals coming up in the Europa League, and we're going to try and break it down here on Michael Talks Football channel. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Which final do you want to see, and which final do you think realistically will happen? So first off, we got Athletic Club against Manchester United. First time these two teams have met since 2012, also in the Europa League. They met in the round of 16. Marcelo Bielsa did a number on Manchester United, and unfortunately for Athletic Club, they lost in the final to Atletico. And both teams need this trophy. Athletic Club have prioritized this entire season about winning the Europa League, while for Manchester United, this is their drug. They need to win the Europa League to salvage anything from one of their worst seasons ever. I think for Athletic Club, this is everything. And with Nico Williams maybe having an injury, we don't know the severity of the injury. That could be a big miss. Nico Williams in the Europa League, in the knockout stages, brilliant. Home against Rangers, home against AS Roma, the difference maker for Athletic Club. People can talk about Sunset in the number 10 role, who's also had a very good season, and he's probably one of the most underrated players in Europe because he doesn't get spoken about. People want to talk about Bellingham, they want to talk about Cole Palmer, they want to talk about Musiala, Wirtz, and rightfully so, those players should get some praise. But Sunset is a baller, people. He's not like a flashy number 10. He's very much a goal-scoring midfielder. So if you're a Manchester United fan, I'd be very worried about Sunset because people will talk about the Williams brothers or Danny Vivian. Sunset is the guy you have to keep quiet. Sanadi, please, you are a bulldozer of a striker. Just get the ball in the back of the net. Terrorize Maguire, Lenny Yoro, or whoever's going to play the center-back role for Manchester United. Sanadi has to be brilliant in this game. He was great at home against Rangers. I'm an atrocity away from home. He was so bad away from home for Athletic Club against Rangers. And overall, Athletic Club this season are a very good team, but they miss a lot of chances. They cannot do that against Man United. Because the first leg being at the San Mamés, you expect Athletic Club to win the game and take an advantage to Old Trafford. If Man United even get a draw at the San Mamés, because Man United have shown when they get the second leg at home, they can overturn the tie. No matter how bad they play, no matter how critical you want to be of Manchester United, they at least get the job done. The Lyon, Real Sociedad, it ain't spectacular, even though the comeback against Lyon was an outer body experience for Manchester United fans. Some of them even left at 4-2 and had to watch the game outside, which, by the way, you should never do. But they're going up against a very good Athletic Club team. Bruno Fernandes has to be the difference maker. Rasmus Højlund and Garnacho, they gotta show up. As the only two healthy forwards for Man United, those two gotta shine. Can Ugarte and Casemiro kind of disrupt Sunset with his late runs into the box? I think Man United actually match up well against Athletic Club, but Athletic Club have a lot of difference makers, from Inaki to Nico Williams to DeMarcos in the right back position to Sunset, even Berenguer, Gurzetta off the bench. Athletic Club have weapons. So Man United, if you get a draw away at the San Mamés, you should be very, very happy. And if you're Athletic Club, you need a 2-0 advantage, at least heading into Old Trafford. But Man United players and Amorim understand this is everything for them. This is their entire season. If Manchester United want to salvage anything and even qualify to the Champions League, they have to win this competition. So you know Amorim is going to rest players during the week with the Premier League game and before the Athletic Club tie. So I expect nothing else. Take league form out of the way, people. Put that league form and throw it in the trash. This is where it matters. Athletic Club this season have been a very good team. Very good going forward. Vivian in the back, one of the best defenders in Europe in my opinion. Manchester United are up against it, but they were up against it, I would say, Lyon away, Real Sociedad away. They got results there, and they overturned the tie at Old Trafford. But I think this is a step too far for Manchester United. I think Athletic Club will advance to the final at San Mamés in their home stadium and have a day that could be a historic day for the club. I think Manchester United are going to give a very tough game to Athletic Club, but Athletic Club are just better than Lyon. They're better than Real Sociedad. Hey, I could be wrong and Manchester United prove me wrong and get to the final, which would be crazy. I think Athletic Club are just simply the better team. And the other semi-final, it is Spurs up against Bodø Glimt. I just laugh because Bodø Glimt are doing a historical feat right here that nobody on ESPN FC, Sky Sports, CBS Sports, or any like top footballing institution or media company wants to cover. Bodø Glimt are a fantastic story. They're no sugar daddy that owns this club and they're just spending money. No! This has been organically built like it's a Whole Foods store. Bodø Glimt, I have the hugest praise for them. Organically built, fantastic football to watch. Knudsen is a brilliant manager. That's why he's been linked to so many jobs in Europe, but he doesn't want to leave the project. He understands this is the project to do Bodø Glimt. He can create one of the greatest storylines in football here. If Bodø Glimt win the Europa League, it is up there with Leicester. It is up there with Greece. Like, this side are from a town of less than 50,000 people. Like, you can fit the entire town of Bodø in Spurs' stadium. That's what makes this matchup even more fascinating. But do Bodø Glimt have a chance here? No doubt they do. They have a very good team. They have their style of play. But for the first leg at least, there is no Berg, Evjen, and Helmussen for Bodø Glimt. They are all suspended either with yellow cards or Helmussen with a red card, who had a crazy game against Lazio. The red card, the missed chance at the end of the game, he scored. I mean, Helmussen had a night at the Stadio Olimpico. So Berg and Evjen are two key midfielders in Bodø Glimt's midfield, which could hurt them in the first leg, but at least they get them for the second leg. Bodø Glimt can just survive away from home. Heiken has to have the game of his life. He was so good away at Lazio. He needs to do that 2 times more against Spurs if Bodø Glimt want to advance to the final. But Jens Petter Hauge, Hogg, and the striker role, these are very good players. Spurs cannot underestimate this side. But Ange knows. He's played against this Bodø Glimt side before. He knows how difficult they are. They have their style of play, the artificial turf away from home. So if you're Ange and you're the players, you need a 2-goal lead heading to Bodø, because Bodø are one of the best home sides in Europe. And you can be critical of Ange all you want, but if he wins this trophy for Spurs, I mean, what an achievement first off, and then what do Spurs do afterwards? That's probably a discussion for another day. Spurs are definitely the favorites, but looking on the field, you would say that Bodø Glimt have more of an identity. They look more cohesive as a team. Again, like Manchester United, I would take the league form away from Spurs. They clearly just want to focus on the Europa League and winning that trophy. I think Solanke, still again, he's being misprofiled. I don't think they're playing to his strengths at Spurs. Matthias Tell has been performing better, but you're going to need a good game from Lucas Barrioval, James Maddison, Bentancur, whoever plays in the midfield. They need to control the game in the first leg. Because in the second leg, when Bodø Glimt get Evjen and Berg back into the lineup, it could be very difficult. But Spurs got the weapons to hurt Bodø Glimt with the Solanke, Odogu, who's been playing better, Pedro Porro, Cuti Romero. If Cuti Romero can have the same defensive performance like he did away to Frankfurt, Spurs can do this. But if I'm any Spurs fan, or if I'm any Premier League fan, I would not underestimate this side right here, Bodø Glimt. They have been underestimated numerous times in past seasons against AS Roma. You could talk about Lazio this season, maybe even Olympiacos. And what do? They wipe the floor with them in Bodø, and they hang on away from home. I think the home advantage is crucial in this tie. If Spurs can just take a 2-goal lead to Bodø, I think they will get it done. If it's a 1-goal lead, oh, that second leg is going to be cinema. But where can Spurs hurt Bodø? Bodø are not the greatest defensive team. They're going to give you space. They gave a lot of chances to Lazio. It's just Heiken came up with some crucial saves, and they went on to win on penalties. So Spurs are going to have chances. They got to be clinical. Remember Spurs in the first leg against Frankfurt? They had chance, and they couldn't get it done. No doubt Spurs will create the opportunities. It's about them being clinical. Then the second leg, survival mode like you did in Frankfurt. And Bodø Glimt can definitely win this tie as well. As long as they don't suffer an humiliating loss in London, I think they should be fine in the home tie. Prediction-wise, are we going to see history for Bodø Glimt? Are we going to see history for Norwegian football? Or is Ange going to fulfill his prophecy and actually win a trophy in his second season? My prediction? I think Bodø Glimt are going to do this, people. I don't have full trust in Spurs, and I did predict Frankfurt to knock out Spurs, but Spurs overall in that tie, they were good in the first leg. The second leg, they gave up the chances to Frankfurt. I think if you give up those chances on artificial turf or against Bodø Glimt, they can punish you. They have very good players like Jens Petter Hauge, Berg, Evjen, Mato, even off the bench. Like, they have a lot of good players. People are going to underestimate Bodø Glimt. This is exactly how it went down in the 2014-2015 Europa League. Everybody disrespected Dnipro. What did Dnipro do? They knocked out Ajax, they knocked out Napoli, they knocked out Club Brugge, and they made it to the final against Sevilla and unfortunately lost 3-2. I'm seeing a similar story here with Bodø Glimt. There's so much similarities between Dnipro and Bodø, and I think Bodø are going to cause the upset here and knock out Spurs, and yes, advance to a European final. It could be wishful thinking, but hopefully Bodø Glimt do it, because that would be one of the greatest stories in football history, seeing a Norwegian team qualify to a European final. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are we going to get an all Premier League final? Are we going to get Athletic Club versus Spurs? Or are we going to get Bodø Glimt against Manchester United? Let me know your predictions in the comments down below of which two teams will advance to the final in Bilbao. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and we're going to be doing a reaction to both games next week and the following week after. Remember to follow me on all the socials. You can find those links in the description down below. Join the Discord, because on the European nights, the Discord is hot. But have a beautiful day. Stay safe in this crazy world. Till next time. Adios.